What's up, YouTube? Today I'm going to show you how to make a t-shirt scarf using only your serger. I got this idea when I was perusing Pinterest like I normally do, and I believe it was on the Bernina website. These looked really fast and really easy to put together, and I think they would be a perfect gift for any mother, father, aunt, uncle, or grandparent during these cold winter months. So the things you're going to need to make your t-shirt scarves are at least 8 t-shirts. Now, I didn't have any full t-shirts that I wanted to cut apart, but I have been saving these fronts of t-shirts to one day show you how to make a t-shirt quilt, but today's not that day. So because I'm just going to use the fronts of these, I need 16 squares. Like I said, if you're just using a whole t-shirt, go ahead and cut out the front and the back of the t-shirt at one time, and that'll save you some time on cutting and also save you from scrounging up 16 different fronts of shirts. You're going to need your rotary cutter, a template, and you know how much I love making cardboard templates. This one just happens to be 11 inches by 11 inches. And you're also going to need your serger. Now, on the Bernina website, they went ahead and replaced some of their thread, I believe the lower looper, with some woolly nylon. But I've never done that before on my serger, so I'm just going to use the thread that's already in there. So let's get started. The first thing that you're going to want to do is cut out 16 squares. Like I said, I'm just going to use all graphics for my scarf. But if you do have a full t-shirt, go ahead and cut out the front and the back at one time to use in your scarf. So what I'm going to do is just line up my template over the graphic and cut it out. Just like that. Now I have one down, 15 more to go. Alright guys, now I have 16 squares cut out from my t-shirts. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and lay these out. I do have like a few reds in here, a few browns. And when I sew this together, I don't want the front and the back pieces to be the same color. So I'm going to go ahead and lay this out on my floor and show you what it looks like. Alright guys, so I laid out my scarves here, and essentially you want a front and a back. As you can see, none of my colors are going to match up when I sew the two pieces together, and that's just how I like it. Also, when I'm laying these out, I put these 4 facing this way, and then these 4 facing the opposite direction, so that way when it's draped over you, all your shirts will be facing the right direction, but that's totally up to you. Now the next thing that we're going to do is serge these pieces together. So I'm just going to start with these 2 right here. I'm going to lay them wrong sides together, and I'm going to do a serge right here. I like the look of the exposed serger threads, but if that's not your thing or you don't have a serger, go ahead and put them right sides together and sew them together with your serger or with a simple straight stitch. I'll take you over to my serger and show you how it's done. Alright guys, so I'm over here at my serger. I did go ahead and throw a couple pins into these squares just to hold them together. And when you're using your serger, you don't want to put your pins like you normally would if you're quilting. You want to do them this way. That way you don't accidentally hit a pin with your cutting knife. That would be very bad for your serger. Now I'm just going to line up my fabric with the edge right here. I'm not really cutting off any fabric, and just serge. Now I'm just going to take out the pins. I'm going to open this up. Now I'm just going to go grab the next square in my strip, and I'm going to do the same thing until both strips are sewed together. Alright guys, so I have my two strips sewn together. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to attach the front to the back. Now in order to do that, I'm going to flip this one so that the pretty side is facing down, and then lay that one on top so the wrong sides are touching, and I'm going to pin it together. Now I'm going to match up each serger seam with the corresponding one in the back, and I'm going to stick a pin. Normally when you use your serger, you don't want to put your pins horizontal to your serger but vertical, but in this case I want my seams to match up. So just be very careful and remove your pins so you don't sew over them. Now I'm going to start right here in the middle where my t-shirts are going the opposite directions and work my way out. Alright guys, so I have one side all pinned together. When I pinned together the seams here, I did make sure that one of the serger seams was going to the left and the one on the back was going to the right here. I did that to every seam, and then I also put one right in the middle. Now you want to go ahead and do that to both sides. Now I'm just going to take you over to my serger and show you how we finish this off. Alright guys, so I have my scarf all pinned together with the wrong sides facing. And now I'm just going to serge this all together. There might be a little more fabric on one side than the other, so all you want to do is just give it a little pull as you're serging. So I'm going to start with one long side and do one continuous seam all the way down. And be sure to take out your pins so you don't serge over them. When you get to the end here, like I'm doing, you just want to go ahead and sew off of it and cut your thread. Now just turn it over, and we're going to continue with the short side. Now we're just going to continue that until our scarf is all sewed together. Now that our scarf is all serged together, there's a couple ways we could finish this. You could thread these extra strings through a needle and hide them up in your seam. But what I'm going to do, I'm just going to clip them and put a little bit of fray check on each corner. Now if you don't have a serger or you don't like these exposed seams, you can still do this project with your sewing machine. When you're sewing these together with your sewing machine, you just want to sew them so that the right sides are facing to get your strips. And then when you sew your two strips together, you want to go ahead and sew three sides, leaving the bottom open. That way you can just turn your scarf right side out. Then all you're going to want to do is tuck in the bottom and sew a seam across the bottom. Now just to make it match on the other side, I would just go ahead and then sew a seam on the bottom also. Now I'll show you what this looks like on my mannequin. Alright guys, and now our t-shirt scarf is complete. Now I don't want to toot my own horn, but I think I'm looking pretty stylish. The great thing about this t-shirt scarf is you can make them as long as you want. For me personally, I probably would have added a couple more shirts to the bottom here, but I think it still looks great. This will be the perfect gift for any guy or girl in your life, and will keep them nice and warm during these cold winter months. I hope you give this video a try. If you like my videos and want to see more of my videos, hit the red subscribe button down below and give it a big thumbs up. If you have a question about this video or any of my other videos, or would just like to leave a suggestion for an upcoming video, leave me a comment. Feel free to share this video across your social medias. And as always, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.